Welcome to Falls Count Anywhere, where the wrestling ring meets the heart. Hosted by the gentleman Jody Powell, join us as we dive into the latest pro wrestling news and rumors, from the electrifying world of WWE to the inspiring stories of wrestling for Christ. This is your all-access pass to the action, the faith, and the hope. This is Falls Count Anywhere.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Falls Count Anywhere. I am your host, the gentleman Jody Powell, and with me, as always, deep in the Buchanan laboratory, is the mad scientist, Mike Buchanan. Hey, buddy, it looks like you're kind of taking it easy there in the lab. What's going on?
Well, remember last week we told our viewers I was going to try and come up with a tryptophan antidote?
Yeah.
It didn't work. So now I have a hangover because it didn't work.
From the tryptophan. Let's clear that up. It's just from the tryptophan, right?
Just from the tryptophan. I haven't had anything to drink since before most of our listeners are even born.
Oh, man. You know, it's kind of like getting the flu shot and then suddenly you get the flu.
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
You got the tryptophan antidote and you fell asleep for 4 days.
Call me Rip Van Winkle.
Oh, man. Speaking of making you fall asleep, this last time is now tournament. Could you make any more wrong turns?
You could.
I mean, yeah, you could. But you know, we're in a pretty good position now because usually we are recording before SmackDown, but it turns out they recorded SmackDown. We've got the results already, and so I know it's already happened as of the airing of this show, but as of the recording of it, we still know what happened. So we're down to the final four in this. The time is now for this tournament to be over. Tournament.
Amen.
And our final four is none other than your favorite and mine, Jey Uso, LA Knight, who defeated The Miz, and they've jobbed The Miz for the second time out of this tournament.
Two-time jobber.
Just completely ridiculous. Then you've got Solo Sikoa, who, in my opinion, probably is not supposed to be there, but is there because of the injury that happened to Penta last Monday night. And Gunther. So, who wins?
Hope it's Knight.
You know, I'm of the four. I agree. I think it should be LA Knight, and I'm going to tell you why. And number one, Solo Sikoa is not a guy that the company is backing to put in this kind of position.
Not yet.
Not yet, and I don't think he will be. So, unless something dramatically changes with Solo and the direction of his character. Gunther, like I would love to see Cena versus Gunther.
I know you're talking
incredible
about that.
match, but Gunther over Cena doesn't do a thing for Gunther, and I'm going to tell you why. He's already been world champion. He's already established himself as a dominant performer. He is over. He is truly, I believe, the man. He doesn't need this kind of passing of the torch moment from John Cena. Now he could use it. He could say that he's the one that retired the legend John Cena, whatever. I mean, you know, he could use it, but he doesn't need it. Right. And I don't know that it serves a purpose. Then you've got Jey Uso, who I'm afraid they're going to put into the match. I don't know why they love to push Jey Uso. But he's also been world champion. And I don't know that it really serves him well to receive this passing of the torch because he's going to flame out. He just is. He's not main event. I just don't think he is. He doesn't have the promo skills. He doesn't have the endurance or the cardio. He's got a good entrance, and that's about it.
I don't even think the entrance is that good.
Well, he's got an over entrance. I'll put it like that.
Well, that might be true.
So that leaves LA Knight, who has not been champion, who has been itching to get a shot at being a world champion. This could be the thing that propels him, that kind of sets him apart, that puts him in that position. Now, LA Knight's getting on up there in years, just like Gunther. People don't realize how old these guys are. So they're not the young guys that are coming with the ruthless aggression that John Cena did with Kurt Angle back in the day. So it'll be interesting to see. But they've botched this turn, in my opinion. WWE has botched this tournament almost as much as they botched this entire retirement tour. It's just been one big mess, and it doesn't help when guys get hurt. Like Penta went out, unfortunately. Now Penta would have been, if Penta had not gotten hurt and went over solo, I'd be like, let's see Penta. Let's put him in there. Put him in there.
Nobody wants to see Pinto.
I'd love to. Well, come on, man. Is there anybody in the WWE that you do like?
We talked about it. LA Knight. I'd love to see LA Knight win.
All right. Fair enough. I'm with you on this one, just because Pinto, as you said, is not in it. Here's one thing we don't know at this point in time. I know as of Monday night, when this airs, we will know. We don't know what has happened yet at Survivor Series as of the taping of the show. Now, what I am getting excited about and I'm geeking up for is the men's war game. I loved what they did on Raw, except for completely now see, they completely ignored Brock Lesnar's spill in his entrance, but they just had to cackle and laugh when oh my gosh, what is it now? Came running down in the Royal Rumble and fell and tripped and rolled under the mat or rolled under the ring.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember who it was.
Why can't I call his name? It's been a while and it's far too late. But anyway, not calling out Brock Lesnar on his spill and cutting away and ignoring it. We all saw it. Come on. But be that as it may, right there on Monday Night Raw, I think that was a really, really good build to the war game. That was the only time that I saw a really good build. I wasn't impressed with what I saw from the women's war games. We'll see. I'm not crazy about the women's side from the perspective of it's just it kind of felt weird when Charlotte walked out, but then the next week she's in. Like, huh? And then that sit down with her and Rhea that was so dramatic and looked like a Godfather movie. Not that felt very TKO-ish. Felt like something that was forced on WWE by ownership. So, and then finally, we've got to talk about, we don't, because like I said, we don't know what's going to happen yet at Survivor Series because we're recording this before it takes place. But Dominic and John, Intercontinental title. We saw it. It's Psycho from Micro Wrestling last Monday night. My boy Psycho made an appearance as John Wiener, as Wade Barrett called him. I love Psycho. If you haven't checked out Micro Wrestling, you need to go check it out because it's a really good show. And they're based out of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and they just check them out. They're all over TikTok. But Psycho, Micro Psycho was the young man that played John Cena and did a fantastic job. So what's going to happen, Mike, at this match? And I know it's already happened as of the airing of this, but what's your prediction? What say you?
Well, it's funny because before we started tonight, you and I kidded around about Micro costing somebody the belt, or in Cena's case, as revenge for that splash, helping Cena retain. And then I thought, but Travis What's-His-Face helped Cena win the world title from Rhodes, and I'm just hoping that they don't do it again. But It is the world's, it's wrestling's worst excrement, WWE. So we'll have to see what they pull off here.
Wait a minute, WWE, wrestling's worst. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah. That's a pretty good one. Here's kind of where I'm landing, and I know it's irrelevant because as of the airing of this, it's already happened. So the world knows and I don't. If they put the belt back on Dom, then I think the person that loses out in that are the final competitor for John Cena. That kind of lessens that match. It's the Intercontinental title kind of sweetened the pot, so to speak. Not only did you defeat John Cena in his last match, but you defeated him when he was the champ. even if it is the IC title.
Now, whoops.
Go ahead.
Here's one thing that so when you mentioned it that way, Jody, it just popped into my brain. If you let Cena keep the belt, it makes it appear possible that his opponent will win. And we know that's not going to happen.
I don't know. His last match, I wouldn't be surprised if Cena puts over whoever is his last opponent, whether he has the belt or not. We'll find out come Survivor Series, which has already happened. Wait a minute. I'm Marty McFly here. But I'll tell you what is going to happen, Mike. Coming up next, we're going to talk with Travis Manning of Community Championship Wrestling, and we're going to talk about Holiday Clash that's headed your way this Friday night, December 5th, right here on Abundant TV, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. A great, wonderful championship wrestling card from Community Championship Wrestling. Stay tuned for Travis fans. We'll be back right after these messages.
You may feel like floods are coming over you, but there is a rainbow waiting for you. God is there with you. No matter how you got there, God will not leave you. Regardless of the manner you ended up where you are, the one who created you is still with you. Feeling down, look up. Ordered on Amazon. Written by my good buddy Mike Buchanan. Christmas gifts, stocking stuffers, or just for you.
Welcome back, fans, to Falls Count Anywhere. And I'm excited to be joined right now by Travis Manning from CCW. Big event coming up this Friday night on Abundant TV, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. Community Championship Wrestling comes to Abundant Television. And Travis is the CEO, General Manager, Director of Operations, the man that runs the thing. Travis, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm glad, happy to be here.
Man, tell us a little bit about what we can expect come Friday night. Holiday Clash, a big special event right here on Abundant, a 2-hour special. What are we in for?
We're in for a killer, great show. This is our 1-year anniversary, our four shows in. We are raising money for Southeastern Children's Home in Duncan, South Carolina. They provide foster care for families in our area. So all proceeds will go to benefit them. We've got a night packed with action. So, yeah, definitely something you guys are not going to want to miss out on.
That sounds great. I can't wait to be part of this Community Championship Wrestling. Travis, tell me what was it that kind of led you to establish Community Championship Wrestling? You said this event, of course, raising money for a wonderful cause, Southeast Children's Home. Tell me a little bit about the history of CCW, the founding of it, and why are you doing this?
Sure. Yeah, actually, I'm actually not the founder. I actually started Pro Wrestling is for Everyone last year. It was just a nonprofit essentially, and we decided, and I wanted to run one show a year for a different local cause, and it was This Show Is for Everyone. We did that last year for the School for Deaf and Blind over in Spartanburg, and I took a break kind of after that, and right around when Helene happened, I had the idea to do a hurricane relief show. And then I just happened to see a Facebook page, Community Championship Wrestling, not knowing who was behind it, who ran it. They hadn't had their first show yet. It was just a Facebook page that was just started up. Contacted them. Turned out it was a friend made in this crazy wrestling world, Colin Disney. And we had meetings, conversations, and one thing led to another. We're co-owners, and it just took off. My vision for This Show Is for Everyone, his vision for two shows a year combined with mine, 3 shows a year, and it was born from there.
That's really cool. And you mentioned the friendships that are made in the community of championship, in community of professional wrestling. It's a small world. It really is. And, I know you and I connected back at the previous CCW show, and we started talking. I talked to Kylan and the people that, the connections that we make, the people that we know, particularly in this area. It's just a small network of wonderful people. Talk to me a little bit about the world of professional wrestling, particularly on the independent side, and how you see that really being a vessel for the gospel?
I've heard it said by George South. They said it's the best best way the best way to use the gospel. It's because much of the gospel is about, that journey of life of just good versus evil, and and you can find stuff in the Bible about wrestling, and there's a well-known story in the Bible about wrestling with God. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just sort of obvious parallels, really, if you think about it. So, and I mean and let's be honest, it attracts people. Yeah, I think it's in that being with that being said, it's a very easy vessel. I think a lot of people kind of ride off, sadly. So
Yeah. Mike and I had a little discussion last week
I
about.
wondered.
You knew I was going to bring it up, didn't you?
One of us was.
Is about some of the roadblocks you might run into trying to use professional wrestling to spread the gospel, unfortunately, from other Christians or from other Christian organizations. What have you found, and how do you kind of overcome? Have you run into that? Have you seen situations where people are like, this really shouldn't be used as something for something as holy as spreading the gospel? It's wrestling, it's violent, blah blah blah. Have you run into any kind of roadblocks as you were trying to build your shows?
Honestly, not yet. I was surprised by that myself. I was expecting more, pushback. Honestly, for us, I feel like it was more just more surprise. Like, oh, wait, you can actually use this to spread the gospel. Oh, this is really cool. But as far as the pushback, anybody like sort of, shooting us down, surprisingly, not yet. Not, I say yet, but who knows? So.
Yeah.
Hey, so Travis, where are you running your shows then? Are they in like parking lots, full auditoriums, churches?
No, the Spartanburg VFW is kind of right here in Spartanburg Roebuck area. It's just kind of become our home, at least for the time being. They've been very gracious to us. So.
Yeah, it's a good venue. And fans will get to see that this coming Friday night, December the 5th at 9 p.m. right here on Abundant TV. Community Championship Wrestling is going to present Holiday Clash. And you've got a lot of big names, a lot of well-known names that fans here on Abundant will recognize. But one in particular stood out. And I want to ask you real quickly about Jaquan Air McNair. WWE ID prospect. He signed the ID prospect deal with WWE.
Yes, sir.
And tell me a little bit about Jaquan. What has been your dealings with him, and what's the ceiling for him?
Jaquan is a CCW original. He was the opening match of the first Holiday Clash, our debut show, and he's been on every show we've had, except for the show was for everyone back in August. He's a student of Lodi's camp out of North Carolina. There's sky's the limit for this kid. I would draw parallels to like a Shelton Benjamin. He's a superbly athletic kid, respectful kid, good head on his shoulders. As long as all that stays there, sky's the limit for this kid.
Yeah, fans, you're going to get to see Jaquan Air McNair in the main event. He's going to be taking on the Dante Khalifa, which is going to be an incredible match. Loaded Guns, Ken Magnum, Luke Fury. You've got the Moonshine Express, which I absolutely love. A lot of great names on
your favorite card. Dylan Dollar.
Oh, yes. Dylan, you had to sneak Dylan Dollar on. I was not going to mention Dylan Dollar.
How much did Dylan Dollar pay for that, Travis?
Not enough.
Not enough. Exactly. Yeah, Dylan Dollar. But he's going to be taking on a young kid, Xander Cage. It's going to be a good match as well. Absolutely. Friday night, December 5th. Fans, stay tuned, because coming up next, we're going to have our Finding Tomorrow segment. Travis is going to stick around. We're going to talk about how we can find tomorrow. Stay tuned. We'll be back right after these messages. Wrestling fans, Falls Count Anywhere and Community Championship Wrestling are proud to partner in support of Southeastern Children's Home. I would encourage you to go to www.sech.org to check out this wonderful Christian organization that's doing advocacy work and incredible in-home work with families and children in the upstate of South Carolina. If you want to help, go to menu, get involved, and donate today to Southeastern Children's Home. Thank you. Hello, wrestling fans. The gentleman Jody Powell here, and I want you to go to Instagram, and I want you to follow me, gentleman Jody Powell. We're going to get backstage exclusive video of WFC, of Falls Count Anywhere. We're going to talk about the WWE. We're going to hear from WFC superstars. We're going to talk about Finding Tomorrow. We're going to go live. I don't even know what that means, but we're going to do it all on Instagram. Come down, follow me, gentleman Jody Powell. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back, viewers. We hope that you enjoyed that segment with Travis. We're going to use Finding Tomorrow to, like we always do, let you have hope for tomorrow, but also to know Travis a little bit better. Now, Trav, you talked about the starts of CCW, but what about the starts for your own Christian journey, as it were?
Oh, sure. Much like a lot of people's, faith journey or testimony. I mean, I accepted the Lord as a kid. Your typical middle school to high school, youth group kid. Life happened. I got older. I got out of church. Again, very your typical story. Over the years, we got back in the church. Me and my wife, and everything. And as far as that, again, your typical Christian story. Nothing really special or eventful until I hit my 20s, and anxiety and mental health kind of hit. Hit. Life kind of caught up with me.
For sure.
And instead of spending time with the Lord and seeking help for my issues and stuff, I started medicating with alcohol. And that was my coping. And again, I won't get into the details of that, but it took things to get to the pretty much absolute lowest point. And before I decided to get sober, that was January 1st, 2020. And before this, I was, serving in kids ministry and helping all this stuff. And it was just, even though like I got to the point where I was sober, excuse me, there was still a lot of shame there. There was still a lot of just like, I was doing this stuff while I was still a Christian, and I didn't, and I'd stepped away from serving and stuff at that point. So I was like, and all of a sudden, not too long after I became sober, I was given an opportunity to be a part of the kids ministry team at my church. And I was like, I'm like maybe a couple months sober. And I'm like, I'm not ready for this kind of stuff yet. Like I'm not clean enough. I'm still, I beat myself up, but again, there's a lot of that shame there. And so I put it off. I ignored it. And finally, the Lord was just telling me, like, listen, take this opportunity. And I can't, again, that I just kept beating myself up. And the Lord was just telling me, like, it doesn't matter how not long ago that was, it's still the past. Mm-hmm. And that was a big thing for me. And just grace, just give yourself grace, because that's huge. If I could stress anything else, is no matter what you've dealt with, whether it be alcoholism, any other addiction, anything that's giving you any kind of shame, if you've accepted the Lord in your heart and you repented of that and you're working on bettering yourself, the Lord's there for it. He loves you and accepts you. That shame, it's grace pushes that aside, whether we want to accept that or not.
Yeah.
But and that's been huge for me, and that's kind of been another reason that led me to CCWs, because like I guess some people kind kind of call it imposter syndrome, right? Like, I don't deserve this. The Lord feels otherwise. So if you're out there and you feel like you're not worthy for something because of your past or because you're not qualified enough, um, give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's pretty huge.
Yeah, I really appreciate what you said right there, because I can't tell you how many people are probably suffering in isolation right now, Christians especially, who think, I'm the only one that's dealing with this.
Right.
I'm so ashamed of and if anyone knew what I've done or what I've said or whatever the vice is, if anyone knew it, it would be just devastating. And the thing is, when I'm a big proponent of this, when we speak up and we are vulnerable and we share the struggles that we have, and it's hard for men to do that. It's just hard for men. I call it the greatest disease that men face is what it is, SIS, suffering in silence. And we do it. And it doesn't matter whether it's a struggle with addiction or mental health or anxiety or just life. Man, we just struggle with life, and we have to be able to open up and share and be vulnerable with the right people, with the right people around us, with good Christian counsel that we can count on. But I, the biggest thing that I take from what you just said is that if there are people that are out there that are just struggling right now because they're ashamed of something they've done or something they're involved in or something that they're currently doing, and they're concerned about their reputation. Listen, Christ did not come to die to save your reputation.
Absolutely.
He came to save your soul. And stop. Let's stop worrying about what other people think of us and start worrying about getting our hearts right with the Lord. And making sure that we stay on that path, because there's a reason the Bible that will use the analogy of the shepherd. The shepherd's not going to abandon the sheep, even if the sheep keep running off into the same ditch. Shepherd's going to dig him out every single time.
Leaves the 99 to save the one.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Tell me right now, Travis, right now you guys are also heavily involved. Tell me a little bit about 4 Points Church. I know you're excited about that church. They're a sponsor of Holiday Clash. It's your home church. Give us a little bit about 4 Points Church in Greer.
Absolutely. Home church since 2017. It's home. Again, when I was at my lowest, they were there for me. They didn't give up on me. They didn't say, well, he's clearly going through stuff. No, they were there for me. They prayed for me. They've been there for my family. Coming up for Thanksgiving, just in a few weeks. We're getting ready to prepare, fry a whole boatload of turkeys to hand out over 1,800 meals to the community for people in need for the holidays. Just stuff like that. It's home. It's the Lord's worked some mighty stuff there, and if you're in the Greer, upstate South Carolina area, you're looking for a church home, please come visit. Part of the kids team, I'll be more than happy. If you have a 3 to 4 year old, I'm their guy. So
you got a little mini wrestling ring set up in there.
That's what I was wondering.
I should, now that you mention it. So but yeah, it's home. They were gracious enough to help sponsor Holiday Clash, and yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful fans. It's coming up this Friday, December the 5th. Holiday Clash Community Championship Wrestling, 9 p.m. Eastern time, right here on Abundant TV, 6 p.m. Central, or 6 p.m. Pacific, excuse me. You do not want to miss this event. It is a wonderful, first of all, is a fantastic wrestling card. But right in the middle, there's an intermission where we're going to deliver a powerful message. And I believe Josh Seinborn is going to be there to deliver that message. Josh has got a powerful message that you're going to want to hear. And Holiday Clash is something that we're excited about to have here on Abundant TV. Again, that's Friday, December 5th. Travis, thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Abundant TV. Absolutely, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, absolutely, my man. Hey, Mikey, I think it's about time, don't you?
Auburn time?
I think it's about time for the Clash with Chris Whaling, Jeff Dixon, coming up next right here on Abundant TV.